Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. All right. Students, are you all there?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
All right. Yeah. Uh, okay. So tell me what we were discussing during last session.
About acceleration.
Acceleration. All right. So before that, please make sure that your camera is on. Students, please switch on your cameras fast. All right. So I can see Gaurav, Sharwani, Bhumi, Aditya, Tej, Shravani. Okay, I can see Alvina, Isha, Ishrat, Sumesh, Arya, Nauman, Shiv Prasad, Shreya, Nandini, Prem, Sai. Please turn on your camera. Ishrat, Sumesh, Arya, Nauman, Shiv Prasad, Shreya, Nandini, Prem, and Sai. I can't see you. And out of 20 students, only 16 or 17 odd students have joined. Where are the students? All right. Okay, so we were discussing about acceleration. So can you tell me what is acceleration? How to define it?
Rate of change of velocity.
So rate of change of velocity is one what we call acceleration.
Acceleration.
Okay, so can you see this paint window?
No, sir, it is loading.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Here.
All right. In fact, the connectivity is very low
So now we
and
can
poor
see.
We
connectivity.
can see
I
the
can
screen.
see.
Yeah. Okay. So in fact, yes, there may be lagging somehow. Okay. So this is what we had done with during last session. Now next, let's go to the content. Can you find this PDF on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now,
Yes, sir.
now see, to understand the change in velocity, there is one activity given in your textbook. Let's go through it. See what is given. Take a 1 meter long plastic tube and cut it lengthwise into two halves. Okay, एक आप cylindrical tube ले सकते हो, उसे center में cut करना है. Okay, lengthwise cut करना है so that we can have a two halves. Now take one of the channel shaped pieces. Now place it, okay, place one of its end on the ground and hold the other at some height as shown in the figure. Okay. Now take a small ball and release it from the up end of the channel. All right. You have got this one half of the cylindrical tube. Okay. You have placed it in a such a way that it makes an angle with the surface. So it is inclined surface, we can say, like ramp. It is inclined. All right. So it's bit like ramp. Now take one small ball Okay, and now release it from the upper channel, from the upper end of the channel. What will you observe? See, when we are holding that ball, that time its initial velocity is found to be 0 because that ball was at rest, right? Ball was at rest initially when we were holding it. As soon as we release it, what happens? It acted upon by the gravity and it rolled down. It rolls down, right? Getting it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
And
sir.
again when it, yes, again when it reaches to the ground surface, that time also its velocity becomes 0. It comes to rest on the surface of ground. So what do we observe? We observe that initial velocity of the object when it was at rest, its initial velocity is 0 at this particular point. When it reaches to the ground surface somewhere here, that time also its velocity is found to be 0 when object comes to rest. But that change in velocity can be observed midway somewhere here, midway somewhere here in that channel. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You can observe the change in velocity in the midway of that channel. Let's take this into the paint window. Yeah, can you find this paint window?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So now you can see the change in velocity somewhere here. So we can write uh, here. At this point, when we are holding its initial velocity, let it be 0. And here, when it reaches to the ground surface, its final velocity again becomes 0. But in this midway of the channel, you will find the change in velocity. So u is now finite, some value. Okay, here you will find some value of initial velocity. Again, at this certain point, final velocity must also be there, some finite value. Okay, let this be v uh, vf vf as a final velocity, and here ui, that is initial velocity, ui and vf. So this change in velocity is what we refer to as acceleration. And so why we have mentioned it as the velocity is nothing but acceleration is nothing but measure of velocity, and it is defined as rate of change of velocity. And mathematically, that change in velocity can be written as, so acceleration a is given as a is equals to change in velocity, change in velocity per unit time, that is unit time. Okay, and here in this case, change in velocity can be written as final velocity, that is vf, final velocity vf minus initial velocity, that is ui upon time t, time t, total time we will write, so over time t. So this is what we call acceleration. All right, sometimes you will find it is written as acceleration a is equal to a is equal to acceleration a is equal to delta v upon delta t, delta v upon delta t. ऐसे भी आपको दिखाई देगा, डेल्टा टी ऐसे लिखा जाता है एक्चुअली. दिस इज द साइन ऑफ डेल्टा triangle. So delta V by delta T will give you the rate of change of velocity. Delta T. So this is the another way in which you can define the acceleration. In which you can define the acceleration. Delta V upon delta T. So delta means change in velocity per unit time. All right, understood the concept of acceleration?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now next, all right. Yeah. So up till this you will find about the acceleration part. Now here, if the velocity of an object changes during a certain time period, then it is said to have an accelerated motion. An object in motion can have two types of acceleration. Okay, that we have studied earlier in case of speed and velocity. We have studied about uniform speed, okay, or uniform motion. Rather, we have studied about uniform and non-uniform motion. So acceleration can be a uniform or can be a non-uniform. Okay. So when velocity changes by equal amount of changes by equal amounts in equal interval of time, then it is said to have uniform acceleration. The object is said to have uniform acceleration. And if the velocity changes by unequal amounts in equal interval of time, then the object is said to have non-uniform acceleration. ओके जैसे हमने यूनिफॉर्म मोशन स्टडी किए हैं. यूनिफॉर्म मीन्स द मोशन इन विच एन ऑब्जेक्ट कवर्स इक्वल डिस्टेंस इन इक्वल इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम. ओके, कांस्टेंट स्पीड से या फिर कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी से मूव करने लगता है. दैट इज व्हाट वी कॉल यूनिफॉर्म. ओके, नाउ acceleration can be positive, negative and zero. So when do we say the acceleration is positive? When do we say, और हम लोग कब बोल सकते हैं acceleration positive है?
When the speed increases of the object.
Yeah, when the speed or velocity of an object increases, then we used to say the object is having positive acceleration. Best example, paddling the cycle. Okay, paddling the cycle, then we used to increase the speed or we used to increase the velocity of the object. That time we used to say that the cycle is in positive acceleration. Okay, now suddenly suppose you start applying brakes. You are now starting or you have started applying the brakes. What will happen when we apply brake?
Negative
Speed
acceleration.
will speed will decrease.
Speed or velocity will get affected and it will start decreasing. So decrease in velocity with respect to time is what we refer to as negative acceleration. That negative acceleration is also called as deceleration, or it is also referred to as retardation. So now don't get confused. Negative acceleration is also called as deceleration, which is also called as retardation. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. And zero acceleration, as all we know, zero acceleration कब हो सकता है? जब एक object rest position पे हो, it is not moving anywhere. That time we used to say it is having zero acceleration. It is a one case, first case. In the second case, when an object moving with a constant velocity, meaning moving with a constant velocity, that time we used to say that it is having zero acceleration, because acceleration का definition क्या है? Change in velocity per unit time. But if suppose there is no change in velocity, can we say that the object is in accelerated motion?
No.
No.
No. Okay, so zero acceleration will be there only when object is at rest and it is moving with a constant velocity. It is moving with a constant velocity. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay. Yeah. So before starting with this distance time graph for uniform motion, let's write about positive, negative and zero acceleration in detail. Okay. So that it will help you to prepare your notes for examination. So let's get into the paint window and let's write about positive, negative and zero acceleration. So we already have written about acceleration part. Okay. Now we will write about positive, negative and zero acceleration. See, you don't need to draw this figure actually in your notebook. I have taken this only for the reference, so we can delete it now. Now let's write about positive, negative and zero acceleration. So make a point and write down positive, negative and zero acceleration. So first we'll write about positive acceleration. Okay, so when an object or when the velocity of an object increases with respect to time, with respect to time, then it is said to have positive acceleration. We write, we write that is, it is said to have positive acceleration. That is, uh, if an object moves, moves in the direction of applied force with increasing velocity, then it is said to be positive acceleration. For example, paddling the cycle. For example, paddling the cycle or accelerating the vehicle. Next, negative acceleration. Negative acceleration. So when the velocity of an object decreases, when the velocity of an object decreases with respect to time, with respect to, then it is said to have negative acceleration. Negative acceleration. For example, applying brakes to the vehicle. Note, negative acceleration is also called as deceleration and retardation. Retardation. Okay. So in examination, you may be asked to define retardation. What is retardation? So retardation itself means negative acceleration, or otherwise you will be asked to define deceleration. So again, deceleration itself means negative acceleration. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will highlight this point. Deceleration means negative acceleration. It also means retardation. All right. And zero acceleration, last one. Zero acceleration. Zero acceleration. An object is said to have no acceleration only when it is at rest and moving moving with a constant velocity. An object is said to have zero acceleration only when it is at rest and moving with a constant velocity. That is, no change in velocity, no change in velocity with respect to time. With respect to time. Check if you have done with this definition. Done. All right. Let others to complete their writing part. Are you all following what is positive acceleration, what is negative acceleration, and what is zero acceleration?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So are you all there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I got disconnected due to poor connectivity. Anyway, so let's continue. Now we'll move further.
Please show the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
All right. Now moving further to the distance time graph. So let's go through it. We'll see how to draw a graph and all other things. All right. So here we have the content with us. In fact, it is not a distance time graph. It is, yeah, it is of non-uniform motion. Let's try to find the one which is of uniform motion. So we'll take this over. All I have done with these definitions, positive, negative, and zero acceleration.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
So where we can plot that graph here. We can utilize this. Okay, so the next one is distance time graph for uniform motion. The data is given, we'll try to draw the graph, or sorry, not drawing, actually plotting of graph. So we'll try to plot the graph, okay, of the given data. So let's go to this graph. Okay, yeah, here we go. The data given is here. तो ये यूनिफॉर्म मोशन का ग्राफ दिया गया है आपको, तो यू कॉपी दैट हेडिंग एज वेल, डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ फॉर यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. All right. Okay. So can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So this is distance time graph, or we can say distance versus time graph. Now see, as far as graph is concerned, we need to aware of basic things about the graph, that is the x and y axis. Okay, so the horizontal one is the x-axis, as you all know, and the vertical one is the y-axis. Okay, now along the horizontal axis, we always used to plot the independent variables. Okay, now time is independent, it is not depend on any other physical quantity, right? So we have taken that independent quantity on or along the horizontal axis, whereas we used to take the dependent variables always along the vertical axis, that means along the y-axis. Okay, so we have taken distance is dependent one. Okay, जैसे टाइम बदलेगा वैसे डिस्टेंस जो कवर होते रहता है वो बदलने वाला है. So that's why it is dependent. So dependent variable we used to plot along y-axis, and independent variable we used to plot along horizontal axis. Okay, vertical and horizontal. Understood up till this?
Yes, sir.
Now let's define the scale of this graph. Okay, scale define करेंगे. So 1 centimeter on the x-axis is equal, on x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to, we have plotted time in seconds along the horizontal axis. So x-axis पे 1 centimeter की वैल्यू क्या है? 1 centimeter equals to 10 seconds.
20 meters.
On x-axis, not on y-axis. Horizontal one is the x-axis. So 1 centimeter
Yes,
equals
sir.
to 10 seconds, and y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 20 meters. Okay, so this is the scale. Now let's plot the graph. Okay, when time, during time 10 seconds, the distance covered by an object is about 15 meters. Okay, so it will be somewhere here. It will be somewhere here. So let's plot that one. So here it is 10, and somewhere here it will be 15. Yeah, somewhere here it will be 15. Done. So here it is 15. Then during next 10 seconds, the distance covered by an object is about 30 meters. So here it is 30. Then during next 10 seconds, the distance covered by an object is about 45. So 40, and somewhere here 45. Somewhere here it is 45. Then during next 10 seconds, the distance covered by an object is 60 meters. So here, then 75, so somewhere here, 60, 70 and 75, somewhere here. Then next 60, then it is 90, so somewhere here. Then 70, 105, so it will be somewhere here. So we got this point, and during 0 second, the distance covered was also 0. So that point can be plotted here. Now let's connect this point together. So this will give you the linear variation. Okay, so this will give you the linear variation, which again shows that the object is performing uniform motion. If we draw, or if we plot that line to the point, you will see it is a straight line, and or it is a linear one, Okay, linear one, which again proves that object is performing uniform motion. That means it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, so there is a linear variation of distance with respect to time. All right, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's already 1:35. So during next session, we will study in detail, more in detail about this graph. Okay, so for now, we'll stop here. We'll continue during next session. Till then, goodbye
Bye.
and take care.
Bye, sir.
Yes, bye. Bye.
Bye.
Yes.